It looks like Diddy's lawyers have finally had enough of playing superhero and saving him from all his legal drama. They are completely done with having to constantly yell, "The feds are lying," and calling everything fake news. And trust me, with the kind of money Diddy's been paying them, this is major. But baby, let me tell you why these lawyers are running for the hills faster than Cinderella at midnight. The word on the street is that they're jumping ship after a witness came forward with some absolutely shocking testimony, claiming they saw L3aks activities with at least 2 celebs minors. But that's not even the worst part. Right after that bombshell dropped, some seriously disturbing tapes involving Aaron Carter got leaked, and honey, it's bad. The feds aren't playing around this time. They're reportedly planning to add even more charges to Diddy's indictment after all this mess came to light. And now they're reopening Aaron Carter's death case, which is where this story takes an even darker turn. Let me take you back to when this nightmare began. Picture this. Aaron Carter, just a sweet, innocent 9-year-old baby, gets thrown into the blinding spotlight with Diddy as his manager. Sure, he shot to stardom faster than a rocket, but Chile, that star burned out way too quick. The whispers started going around that his relationship with his so-called mentor, Diddy, turned toxic real fast. We're talking manipulation, harsh treatment, and all the dark, nasty stuff Hollywood tries to keep hidden. And here's the part that breaks my heart. There are rumors floating around that Aaron's own parents knew what was going on, but they supposedly turned a blind eye because of all that Diddy money and Aaron's booming career. The story gets even more disturbing because apparently, from the moment Diddy took Aaron under his wing, things started going downhill fast, putting the poor child's health at risk. And supposedly, there are tapes of all of this. Now, I'm not saying anything, but doesn't this story sound eerily familiar? Like, are we not getting Justin Bieber and Usher vibes here? The internet is connecting dots faster than a kindergartner with a coloring book. And Chile, the picture they're painting isn't pretty. Even though Aaron's star started fading as he got older, people still loved him, especially teenagers. So when news of his death hit, everybody was shook. But let me tell you why people were really shocked. Aaron had been trying to tell us something before he passed. And this is where the story gets so twisted, it'll make your head spin. There's this whole dark and mysterious layer to Aaron's death that has even the FBI digging deep, especially because word on the street is it all leads back to, you guessed it, Diddy the Diddler. Before his passing, Aaron was all over social media, being really open about his struggles with mental health and how he was trying to get help. But then, out of nowhere, he was found incapacitated while in the bathtub, with some powerful substances in his system that the coroner said contributed to his death.
Aaron Carter's cause of death is revealed. According to online records obtained by E! News, the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner coroner determines that the singer died in November due to drowning. Secondary causes were listed as the effects of alprazolam, which is sold under the brand Xanax.
But hold on to your wigs, because this is where it gets wild. First off, and pay attention to this part, Aaron died the day after Diddy's birthday on November 5th. And right before he passed, Aaron was on social media insisting he wasn't on any substances. He kept saying he didn't have any serious substance issues and that the media was twisting everything up to push some agenda. Y'all, the internet detectives aren't buying the official story because something ain't adding up. How you gonna tell me someone who was constantly saying they weren't on substances died from substances? And let's not forget how the media was trying to push this narrative that Aaron had AIDS, forcing this poor man to do public testing just to prove them wrong. It's just heartbreaking. Aaron was convinced he was being targeted by some powerful people in the music industry who wanted to silence him and make him look unstable. Now I'm just the messenger here, but rumor has it this powerful person's name starts with a D, owns a baby oil factory, and has quite the appetite for male celebrities, if you catch my drift. And doesn't this whole let's make them look crazy thing sound like a broken record in Hollywood? It seems like every other day some star is coming out saying, "I'm not crazy, they're just trying to silence me." Here's what's really got people's detective hats on tight. Aaron was doing good before he passed. This man was on social media sharing his dreams and plans for the future. He even listed the house he was found dead in for sale because he wanted a fresh start. Everyone was rooting for him. So how does someone who's planning this beautiful new life with his son and girlfriend suddenly accidentally drown? But wait, it gets even more suspicious. Before his tragic end, Aaron went online and begs fans for donations, trying to raise $100,000 so he could hire private security and move to an undisclosed location. Now, why would a man need that kind of protection? The streets are saying he must have been running from something or someone. The most chilling part? Aaron specifically warned everyone that if anything ever happened to him and they tried to call it suicide,
for my brother who is a and they're after my life. My whole family is after my life, and they're setting me up. And Sony Records owes me $3.5 million, and they don't want to pay me, and it would be in their better interest, just like Michael told me. They owe me money, and they're trying to off. And I'm begging you and I'm pleading you, help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can so I can move to an undisclosed location where I am safe. They had cops come and check for a rope in my garage saying I wanted to hang myself.
it would be a straight up lie because he was never suicidal. And what did they try to label his death as? You guessed it, suicide. When you put all these pieces together, it starts looking mighty suspicious. But the final nail in this coffin of secrets? These alleged tapes that just came out. The ones that had Diddy's lawyers running for the hills faster than teenagers at a haunted house.
Just testified before a federal grand jury. He says he was in possession of a trove of digital evidence from Diddy's freak-offs and parties.
Listen, y'all. The rumors about Diddy having an inappropriate relationship with Aaron when he was young have been swirling around Hollywood like a tornado. And since Diddy's arrest and indictment, people are starting to believe just about anything about him. The heat is turning up so high on Diddy right now, it's like he's in a pressure cooker. With his lawyers abandoning ship and leaving him to either handle this mess solo or find someone else brave enough to take on his case, Diddy might want to start packing for an extended stay at the big house. And the internet? Chile, they are not holding back. One user hit the nail on the head when they said, drowning in a bathtub and pneumonia are becoming old excuses. And this other comment just broke my heart. Someone wrote, where were his parents selling him to the highest bidder for fame and money? I want to believe that's not true because, baby, that's just too painful to even think about. The social media streets are on fire with theories. People are digging up old interviews, connecting timelines, and putting together puzzle pieces that paint a picture darker than a moonless night. The way Aaron was crying out for help, trying to warn us all, and then suddenly, silence. It's giving very much silenced before he could speak vibes, and folks aren't letting this one go. And can we talk about how his death just happens to come right after he's planning this big move for his safety, after he's begging for help to protect himself, after he's trying to sell his house and start fresh? The timing is suspicious enough to make even the biggest skeptic raise an eyebrow. With these alleged tapes now floating around and this new witness coming forward, people are starting to see what Aaron might have been trying to tell us all along. The question on everyone's mind is, will Diddy somehow moonwalk his way out of this one too? Because with Aaron's tapes in the mix and his lawyers doing the dash, it's looking like this might be the one time his money can't buy him an escape route. But y'all, I want to hear what you think. Do you believe Diddy's getting out of this mess with these Aaron tapes floating around? Could Diddy have had something to do with Aaron's death? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because Chile, this tea is piping hot and there's plenty more where that came from. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because trust and believe, this story is far from over. The way Hollywood keeps these dark secrets locked up tighter than a drum, but eventually, the truth always finds its way out. And when it does, baby, it's like a dam breaking. There's no stopping that flood of revelations. This might just be the beginning of an even bigger story that's about to unfold. Stay tuned, because this tea is still brewing, and it's only getting hotter.